All right, guys, I typically don't do flash throughs of charts because we try to keep it private for members. I'm going to do that this morning because I want you guys to see what we're covering here. The prophetic words that I've received recently, actually, I'll share that with you and I'll land on that, of the market moving back down looks like it's coming true. And since April, I feel very blessed about this. The dreams and visions I've had, literally, we have a 100% success rate from April. Now, before that, that's not true. I want to be very transparent with you guys, but I'm about to show this to you, what I've seen coming. And I want to go through these charts because what I shared with you guys yesterday, we're going to go over today, and that is in the future forecast. I'm talking to you guys about, guys, the only way to time the Bitcoin bottom, I'm so sorry I'm redundant for some of you guys on here. There's two variables you have to ingrain in your system to know if you're looking at the correct chart. You need to look at metrics that have a 75% plus accuracy score of timing the Bitcoin cycle bottoms. Once you have that, you have the first measurable piece of data. The second is you need to be able to call multiple bottoms, which is called duration, a time frame duration. Once you have about 10 years worth of data and you have accuracy where metrics and on-chain pieces of data have called the bottoms to around a 75+% accuracy, then you have data that can help you guys position yourself in the market. Because follow me here. If you look at the top of Bitcoin of where it peaked, okay, in Q4 of 2025, and you look at where the bottom metric value is of where the low is expected to be, you then look at where price is at. Between the metric value low, which is my thumb, and the live price and the top, you get a ratio. There is, let's say this is a 25% split here and 75 between the top two. That then gives you permission to kind of say, I should be 75% in the market. And how much in cash, guys? Around 25%. I'm not your financial advisor, but we went over all these charts this morning, and these are the highest accuracy charts, guys. I promise you, when you start looking at the data. So sorry, 1 second. I just got an emergency alert on my phone. There's an earthquake detected. Okay, I'm sorry. Earthquake detected. Drop cover and hold on. Protect yourself. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. If we have an earthquake, you'll know about it. Things will start shaking. Okay. So one of the charts we go over today in the future forecast, I'll show you how to access this. It's in the description, tradeconfident.io. I do this every Wednesday, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk to you guys about what is required from a macroeconomic perspective to get Bitcoin to be bullish. Federal balance sheet we're going to look at, M2 money supply, global liquidity, the rates, the yield curve, purchasing managers index, PMI, or sometimes it's called the business cycle or ISM. When you understand how to read this chart, which I'll explain this morning, you then have eyes to see what needs to happen before you can go pedal to the metal, permission slip to, ape into cryptocurrency and altcoins. Until that happens, you're not in a place global economic wise to actually be that aggressive. Okay. And then we're going to go over silver because silver has a lot of signals firing right now. We did end up getting into, I'll say a position, but that's for our members. I'll go over all of that. We're going to go over the cyclical cycles of where Bitcoin could be headed and why July could be incredibly bullish. We're going to go over the 4-year cycle of where I think Bitcoin's going to go. And then we're going to go over the prophetic dream that I had over here where I had 2 encounters that the market was going to go down here. And it looks like that's playing out. I had a bullish dream over here that we'd go to $75,000 to $80,000. I then had a dream that we would break above the top resistance of the bear flag, which that came true as well. I had a dream that we would go down at a fast angle of descent. That came true. I had a dream that we would fall through the floor of 60,000. That came true. I saw a shooting star, I told the Lord, if I see that, it'll mark a bottom and we'll see a move back up. That came true. And then I had 3 encounters in one night and another dream that the market was going to go down and make a lower low below $59,000. I get nervous when I come on here because it sounds arrogant and prideful to come out and say, we haven't been wrong. Understand, guys, that I've been doing this for about a year, and this is, excuse me, trying to get over this cough here. I'm still only about a 76% accuracy. If all 4 of these encounters come true, then maybe we can push this up close to about 80%. But it's not true unless we get down to the prophetic target of 58. I just find it interesting that the Lord has been very consistent with my dreams and visions I've received, and I've mocked it up here for you guys, that I do think a date with destiny down below $58,000 is most likely what we're going to see. And then we're going to go over the SBIT position. We have closed this, but talk about opportunities there. And then we're going to go over, guys, the charts that have been so incredibly accurate to time the Bitcoin bottoms and talk about retail traders of what they're doing. And then we're going to look at liquidity zones. Liquidity zones tell us where Bitcoin most likely is going to be headed before we see any type of moves back up. So we're going to go over all those charts this morning in the future forecast, detailed, where I can actually, I'm not your financial advisor, where I can speak to you guys what they are trying to tell us and how do you take it to actually correlate it into a percentage of how much should be in the market and out of the market. And then maybe what's more important for some of you guys is we're actually going to visually be able to see where the Bitcoin bottom most likely is able to land this cycle because of the metrics that have been so incredibly accurate at calling every single Bitcoin cycle bottom. And once you guys are able to watch this, I think this will give you an immense amount of confidence to help you guys structure your portfolio correctly. So this is over at tradeconfident.io. I've already released it this morning. I didn't put my face on here for some reason, so it's the only one that doesn't have my face, but it's here on June 24th. Today is Wednesday when I'm recording this. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, go back and watch this. But I seriously, you need to watch this video. It is going to be extremely helpful, I think, to navigate what is coming up here. And when you start looking at metrics with this high of quality that have nailed the Bitcoin bottoms previously, and you know exactly what those price targets are, then you can start accurately positioning yourself in your portfolio in the market. Okay, guys, I love you. The link is in the description. Use the link in the description of this YouTube video because it actually gives you 25% off your first month of membership. And then if you guys would like, you can also grab indicators as a member because members get incredible discounts, and you guys can literally just click this coupon code and it will reveal it to you once you're logged in. So we $150 off all of our indicators. Don't have time to go into that today. Honestly, the most important part here, guys, is watch this future forecast, and I do this every single Wednesday. Last thing, I will keep everybody updated on the silver trade that we're in, so expect more updates during this week and next week before the next future forecast, because when I'm in a trade, I get very detailed. I monitor it because I know a lot of people jump in with me. I'm not your financial advisor, but we've been pretty successful in silver. We've done over $150,000 of profit this year already in silver, and I see a setup that I think you guys need to be seeing, and I will go over that as well this morning in the future forecast. TradeConfident.io, visually seeing the Bitcoin bottom based on the highest accuracy charts. Click that, watch the video, guys, and I'll keep you updated in the Telegram channel, which can be found up here at the top under Telegram. Click this. All the updates will be in Telegram. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you in the membership at TradeConfident.io. Bye, guys.